Good afternoon, everybody. This is our video for today. I hope all of you are doing fine and that you are studying and doing the exercises, all of you. I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to study worms, gusanos. We have three big groups of worms. We have platyhelminths, we have nematodes, and we have annelids. Most simple, little bit more complex. This is the most complex of the three. We are going to study for each of them habitat, nutrition, and body. Some of them are going to be very similar. So if you copy this explanation, I think it's going to make it easier for you to study, okay? So let's start with the first group, platyhelminths. Platyhelminths, they have one characteristic, okay? And is that they are flat. They are the only ones that are going to be flat, planos, gusanos planos. In fact, platyhelminths in Spanish, we call them platyhelminthos, okay? The habitat in the three of them is going to be quite similar. They are going to be aquatic, like planaria. It's a beautiful example of a flat platyhelminth, or damp terrestrial. Okay, damp is húmedo, so they can live in soil, in terrestrial soil, but it has to be really wet. Okay. The nutrition, they can be parasites or free living. Free living is that they can be filter feeders or they can be even predators, but they are not going to harm any host. But parasites, parasites is different. Remember the explanation of a parasite? A parasite is an organism, in this case a worm, that is going to get inside a body of a host, wisp it, and is going to harm this host. Le hace daño. It's not going to kill the host, but it's going to damage the host. For example, we have tapeworms, Latenia. Have you ever heard you are eating so much that it looks like you have La Solitaria? Latenia la solitaria, it is a platyhelminth, it's a flatworm that live in the intestines of humans. So the affection of this platyhelminth, of this parasite, is that you feel really weak and you eat a lot because you're always hungry, but you don't get the energy of that food. And that is because the platyhelminth is eating it all. So, not a good friend for us, okay? And it can be really long. Imagine if our intestines are around 7 to 8 meters, this can be really, really long, like 2 meters, 3 meters. It's not that harmful. It's not going to kill anybody, but it is something that you have to remove, because if not, you can get other illnesses, no? And you are going to feel really, really weak. And the last thing is in general, the body, no? I have said already that it's a flat worm. It's long, it's soft, and it's divided in segments. So it's going to be divided in little parts. So, for example, if you have this parasite, you have to remove it well, because if not, if any segment is going to be inside you, it's going to stay inside of you, it can reproduce again. Not funny at all. Okay? These are platyhelminths. Then we have nematodes. Okay? Nematodes, the habitat, as you can see, they can be aquatic, they can be terrestrial. Okay? So, all of them, they are quite similar. Nutrition, again, free living, they can be filter feeders, but also they can be parasites. The intestinal worms, la lombrices intestinales. I don't know if you have had them, but it's not that difficult, especially in little children, because they play with the soil, for example, with the sand, and then they take their hands to the mouth so they can take eggs of this nematode and introduce it to the body and to the digestive system. Again, it's not really serious, but it's not funny at all because it's really itchy, and you could see the little segments around the little worms around your anus. So it's a parasite. It can be removed, but again, it's not very good for us. Body, they are going to be really thin, cylindrical, and with pointed ends. So it's going to be something like this. Well, this is supposed to be cylindrical. Anyway, I know that my drawing is not very good. I will put a video in Edmodo with many examples of different nematodes, okay? And the last one, the annelids. This is the most advanced type of worm that we are going to find. Again, habitat sea, fresh water, rivers, lakes, and very damp soils. I'm sure that you know some of them. Some of them again can be parasites, some of them again can be free living. A parasite, a very famous one, I'm going to stay here. A very famous parasite are leeches, sanguijuelas. No? I think that you know about them. When you are, for example, in a river or a lake that is not moving a lot of water, are like this, more or less this size. They are like brown, black, and they suck your blood. They even have put some anesthesia for avoid you to know that they are sucking your blood, but they are doing it. Okay, so sanguijuelas, not very good. They are sucking your blood. And free living, an example that is really known too, are the earthworms, lombrices de tierra. They are really good for the soil. No parasites, we love them. Why do we love them? Because they are going to be to eat the organic matter from the soil, and they are going to move the soil, and at the end what they are going to get is a soil that is really good for agriculture. So we like worms, okay? They are going to transform the soil in something better for crops. Okay, body. They are long, they are soft, they are cylindrical, okay, but they are divided in metamers, okay? Metamers. Well, you have written it on your book, okay? I'm going to write it properly. Metamers are rings, and inside each ring, a ring that is going to be repeated many times in the animal, inside each ring you are going to find different organs of the animal. So you're going to find these organs repeated many times, like nervous system, reproductive system, many of them. So these metamers are like individual parts of this animal, okay? How do they move? They have like little thin sticks, I don't know how to call them. They are called seta in English, getas in Spanish. They are like little feet, no appendix, little appendix. Very simple. And they use it to move themselves, okay? The three types of leeches of annelids that you can find are leeches, sanguijuelas, the ones that I have just told you, marine worms that are also free living, and the earthworms, the ones that we love, okay, la lombrices de tierra, that we love because they are really good for agriculture. So far this is what we are going to study about worms. Be careful because some of the characteristics are very similar. I will try to put some videos to identify the differences through the videos, more visual. and that's it. But the main characteristics of each of them, you should know them. Okay? So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.